It's BaseTradeTV.
Did I mess up the overlay today? Who knows? Find out. I was gonna say next time, but this is next time. Good morning, everybody. Hello, one and all. Welcome to the WCS Qualifier for WCS Challenger Season 2 or whatever stupid name, because we're not allowed to call it Valencia, even though it's totally all for Valencia. How are y'all doing today? I'm just waking up. Got fresh out of the shower. Hair's still a little bit wet. We've got a lot of games ahead of us, but yesterday, even though we went live at the time in which this was meant to be live, brackets didn't go live for several hours, so unsure. I shouldn't say hours, that's an exaggeration, but several minutes. So this might be like 15 minutes, might be 10 minutes, who knows. All I know is that it was not worth selling out yesterday. My throat was completely shot for the rest of the day after the cast was done, so I will do my best today with the goal of going to the winners match, the qualifying winners match at the bare minimum, but I don't know that I'll go down to the losers bracket again today like I did yesterday. Or maybe I'll just man mode it up, fuck if I know. It's TBD. I'm still not feeling 100%. I hate not feeling 100%. Oh, this is a cute picture. 40. Tweet that real quick. But yeah, I'll do my best to go as far as I can today. Luckily, I don't feel guilty if I do tap out early, because I see that there are going to be a lot of other really great casters helping cover the events in many different languages, with several in English, which is good. And I guess I always talk about this on stream, but we never really go over it. So I just want to show you guys what I'm talking about here. Display capture. Don't do the wrong screen. All right, yeah. So if you got teamliquid.net, whenever you hear me talk about the sidebar, I mean over here. This will link to all the people. Oh, I already have 300 viewers. What's up, guys? This will link to all the people who are also covering the event, whether they're a player competing in it or a caster casting it. Like, if you click on any of these streams here, it'll take you to, like, not the Twitch page of Take TV, but like the Wikipedia page of Take TV, and then you just click Twitch to go to Twitch. But the point is, you can find all the other people casting, all the people covering these games by clicking on the various links. So when you hear me talk about the sidebar, just so you guys know, on Team Liquid, that's what I'm referring to. Because, yeah, most people who cover these events will put themselves up there in the bleak hopes and attempts that it will grab them a few extra viewers. I, of course, am just so beyond that because I'm so popular. I oftentimes forget because I don't have that drive and need to do it anymore. In fact, our Team Liquid traffic is kind of low. But that's not at all an ego thing. That's just me saying I'm forgetful and stupid, frankly. Anyways, if you guys ever want to find out information about events that are going on, that's usually the place I'd recommend going to. But Nervoth, hey, 100 bits, thank you for starting my day off. Korean hi, well, annyeong haseyo. I think that's most of my Korean. I did learn gura, or however you pronounce that, gura, from MMA this past weekend. I also had IR Zeno sub for 7 months. Thank you for that, my dude. But yeah, we're just waiting for the games to get started right now. And unfortunately, with a 2-minute delay, it's a little bit difficult to converse with you guys while we're waiting to see what starts and what goes on. So, got any questions, ask them in chat, and if there's time, 2 minutes from now, I would be more than happy to answer your questions and discuss cool recent events or something. But other than that, yeah, we'll cast as many games as we can. If you guys missed it earlier, Goblin was actually in chat about 20 minutes ago. We were talking about how he beat a laser yesterday. There were certainly some upsets. Like, honest to God, there were some upsets in the bracket, and I'm hoping for more of those today, because that's always fun and cool to see. Even though Goblin himself didn't end up qualifying, the fact that he knocked out somebody like a laser is like, cool, now we might get to cast a laser again. I don't actually know who qualified yesterday after we left, to be honest. I think it was Mana, sort of, Snoot, and either, was it Soul or Lambo? One of those two? I don't remember. The only reason I mention this is because it leaves us with a lot of really good players who are still happening today. Bracket will be up soon. Takes a moment to seed everything. Yes, I know. This is why you're supposed to do it beforehand, WCS. Also, no, I'm having that bug where the stupid start bar won't go away. Explorer, I gotta delete. 1 second. 45 now and growing. Hell yeah! People watching me do nothing. That's what streaming is all about. That's the dream. I guess if you guys are not on the BaseTradeTV Discord, first, I would hope you would consider joining it, but I do want to talk about something that I put in the announcements chat earlier today. And this is public to everybody. We have a lot of stuff coming up in the near future. Unfortunately, I've been so bogged down with combination, having been in the hospital the last couple days, and just being sick in general, that I haven't really been able to plan things as quickly or as efficiently as I normally would. And for that, I apologize to all the fans, because a lot of you expect me to have this stuff good to go. But I put in the fact that there's a few more days of recovery / hanging out with a friend coming up for me in the near future. And after the 13th, I'll be back on the grind of putting out the best possible StarCraft tournaments I can. But I'll be doing a little bit of something a bit different here on the channel. I'll be doing some IRL streaming over the next few days. My friend is going to be flying in tomorrow evening from California, and while they stay with me, we're also going to do some IRL streaming and explore the city, because despite living here for a year and a half now, I've never left my house. So I know very little about the areas around me. And I'm looking forward to doing some of that stuff. It'll be different content. I'm sure many of you will not tune in for it, and that's fine. I'm just letting you know what's on the docket, what's planned for the near future of good old BaseTradeTV. Anyways, yeah, as soon as the brackets are live, you know I'm going to be hitting that channel, messaging people to see what's up, who's cast, and what games are available. But until then, it's just the boring wait time. Magic's DAK, thank you for that 22 months. Just got home from working, and it's boiling hot. Beer and BaseTradeTV for the win. Dude, that sucks. I just finished spending the weekend in Austin, Texas for DreamHack, and it was 40 Celsius and 70% humidity. I'm so glad to be back in British Columbia, where it's a nice cool between 20 and 25, where it's reasonable. Cheshire Cat, thank you for the 28 months as well. And then just now, Stunt 777, 3 months, says, I'm back. You're back. You're front. You're all over the place, but I'm glad you're here. Hello, sir. Who will be playing on this stream today? I don't know yet. There's a lot of good players, but like I said, it all comes down to what matches are available. So, exclamation mark brackets in chat will link you to the bracket. I do believe they have just announced the bracket is live. Hey, Kano Smash, thank you for 27 months. This is watching Riff Can Do Nothing is why I sub. Oh, fuck. People are so irresponsible with their money. Thank you, dude. All right, we got our boy Clem in the brackets again. I'm pretty stoked about that. TLO's playing today. Ooh. Lillekanin. Are you here? Yo, so Lillekanin plays somebody named Nuke, and the winner plays TLO. That might be the matchup we go for. There's a couple other very interesting ones, actually. Wardy's even competing today. Wardy is competing? Lol. Good luck, have fun, dude. Yeah, Wardy's in the bracket. Zanster. Oh, Goblin and Insane. And the winner plays Zanster, possibly, or He Hate Me. Or Hate Me. I don't know if the sub He Hate Me or the player Hate Me are the same person or not, but that's not a bad one. Yeah, I think, okay, so what we're going to do is Goblin Insane or Lillekanin's match. Okay. I said in chat, I want to cast Lillekanin versus Nuke or Insane versus Goblin. Because I think either of those first matches are going to be interesting, but they also both lead to interesting second matches. So we shouldn't have too much downtime. So I said basically, whichever match is available first, please invite me, and that's what we'll do. So it's either going to be Lillekanin versus Nuke or Insane versus Goblin. I am now aware I've just spelled Insane's name so terribly wrong. But anyways, whichever one is available first, we'll hop into. So there you go. In the meanwhile, by Grimshaw on Twitch. Damn, Heart Avenger, forgot about that fan art. That's awesome. In the meanwhile, if you guys would do me a kindness and possibly hit the retweet button on BaseTradeTV tweet that went out, letting people know that we're live, that'd be awesome. I'd super duper appreciate it. It's double elimination once again too, so there are going to be second chances and second lives for all the players competing today, win or lose in the first match. What's the dream big goal for? Oh, this is a whole dramatic story, and I was hoping somebody would eventually ask. But I'll tell you what, once I know which match we're getting into, we can go into that story, all right? But yo, unrelated, hang on. So my building owner, or my apartment owner, because I'm just renting, right? They've decided they want to sell the apartment. So they've had people coming in and doing inspections and taking pictures. And they noticed that in my shower, I've had to duct tape my shower rod to the wall because 8 months ago I submitted a request to get it fixed and they never did. The rod just kept slipping out and wouldn't sustain the weight of the shower head. So duct tape has solved it for 8 months. Guy comes in yesterday, fixes it in like 3 seconds, says they installed it wrong. It was upside down the entire time. So what's worse is like, I didn't notice it for the first 4 months living here. I just kind of got frustrated and dealt with it. And then I decided to duct tape it because I assumed it was broken, but turns out it was broken before I even moved in. Now I'm moving this here. But yeah, so that's been a real fun slice of drama. But part of the problem for me now is like we've not been given an eviction notice yet or anything. We don't have to move out. They haven't even listed the apartment yet. But now it's that understanding that like I have to actually start looking for somewhere else, and that's not very fun. I'm not looking forward to that. But we're in the lobby for lillekanin and Nuke, ladies and gentlemen. Nuke is from the clan Loco. Hype. Darkness Sanctuary. See you in game.
It's a long way from home, and there's chemicals in my bones. It's in sin to keep the fight.
All right, folks, we're getting into game number 1 of the day. It's a bit of a black screen. Give it a sec. Snap your fingers, clap your hands, make a wish. There you go. Sorry, it's always that first load in. I forget to preload sometimes. But it's the first game of the day. I'll explain why this match is happening, but these aren't too bad of players anyways. More on that in a moment. To the top right, we do have the Green Terran, lillekanin. Did you guys know that in Danish, his name means small rabbit? Because I don't know that. It's not like I get told that every time we cast him. To the top left, his opponent, the light blue Zerg Nuke from the clan Loco. Team Loco boys, Loco hype. He's got an Ultralist trophy. Hell yeah. Alright, so first and foremost, we picked this match because this leads into the winner fighting against TLO. I would actually really hope it's lillekanin because he plays very strangely and I really enjoy watching him play. Him versus TLO could be a lot of fun. Alternatively, while I don't know a lot about Nuke, if Nuke is good enough to beat lillekanin, then I'm excited to see him try and tackle TLO in a ZvZ. TLO's ZvZ is one of his better matchups, I believe, so it'll be, I think, a good second match. And what's great about planning ahead like this is it does give you that second best of 3 without too much delay, and hopefully not so much downtime. I know there's a lot of downtime yesterday, and many of you were unhappy with that, but, I mean, when you're not in control of the brackets, you're kind of just forced to, at the whims of the tournament. But I do my best to try and minimize the downtime by planning ahead like this. So, cross your fingers and let's hope for a good show with minimum downtime today. Also, had some people come in with a sub during the introduction with a slice of bacon. Ooh, you have a delicious name. Thank you for that sub. And Girthworm Graham. You know what? I liked Earthworm Jim, and my name's Graham, so I'll take Girthworm Graham. Thank you for 2 months. Back to back. BaseTradeTV, did you decide not to go with Quip sponsorship because it was too close to Q-Tip? That's good. I like that. No, so here's the Quip situation, right? We'll focus on the game in a moment as things are starting to develop, but real quick to wrap it up, Quip is a really great sponsor. They've been awesome to work with. I actually chose not to work with them for this month because I didn't know if I could deliver. Between being in the ER and feeling a little sick, I knew the IRL stream was coming up too. I would miss at least a week of the month. And as much as I could probably collect a couple $100 from the sponsor and fail to deliver, I'd rather actually be able to deliver on a promise of a product or sales or advertising, etc. So I chose not to re-up this month because I didn't know what this month was going to be like for me. It has nothing to do with Q-tips, puns, or bad products, but I'm happy to say that we'll be working with them again. At least it's looking like we'll be working with them again in July. We did meet our sales goal of May, and they're looking to do a bigger tournament sponsored by themselves. So, hey, that's something cool to look forward to. But we'll talk more on that when time comes. Now, lillekanin is in the bottom right corner of the map with the SCV scouting, but he's left it here, and I am curious if he plans to try and take a ninja base with this. He does know where the main base of his opponent is, and hidden bases are not really a thing anymore, but a lot of that had to do with the fact that you didn't have these big maps. You especially didn't have 4-player spawns. I mean, for those who are not keeping up with StarCraft 2 to date, this is the first 4-player spawn map in all of 2018. And in fact, I think if you even lump in the last like 7 months of StarCraft, it's been a long time since we've seen a 4-player spawn map in the ladder pool. So things like hidden bases and expansions are always cool, but they were also very dangerous. I was never a fan. Out of all the games I've ever cast of them, there was like one match. It was a Villa versus QXC on Cactus Valley, circa like 2016 or something. Like, it's the only time in like 5 years casting I've seen a hidden base properly work. So we'll see if he goes for it or not. For now, the SCV is just chilling. The opportunity possibly there if he gets locked into his main. These Hellions trying to get some damage done. Oh, the control so far, not so good. There we go. Finally gets those 2 weak Hellions. Because, of course, if they had gotten to this mineral line with 3, that's enough to one-shot drones. It gets really frustrating for the Terran when only 2 get in, though, because it takes that extra volley to actually get a kill. This so far has not done tremendous damage, but it's traded out all right. Let's not forget several lings did go down with this, so this is like the cost efficiency of the Hellions. Grabs 2 more drones there, bringing a total of 6, and suddenly this isn't so bad for lillekanin. 4 for 7, but also 7 lings. Pretty nice. He's also following this up with Cyclones, and I mentioned lillekanin's fun to watch. You guys will know there's no tech labs, it's a bunch of reactors with a fast +1 weapon upgrade. This makes Cyclones very good against Roaches early on. Cyclones with +1 against anything armored tend to get demolished, and that's what I'm really looking to see if this works. He did, by the way, go for the hidden expansion. I shake my head at this because you know what? This might be the one weird game where it works. The style of play lillekanin's doing is something that will have him be aggressive. He's not going to be sitting at home turtling behind a bunch of supply depots. He's going to be pretty active with the Cyclones and, more importantly, the Hellions. And the more time Nuke is spending looking at home or looking in the natural base of lillekanin, the less time he's probably thinking about looking on the map. Mech is beautiful says the product is great. I recently got it after you spawned. Oh, you got a quip brush. Yeah, dude, I love these little things. The thing that made it really handy too, and I didn't even realize this until I went to Austin, right? That case that it comes in works as like a really great travel case because it keeps the toothbrush from touching the sides. It's pretty cool. But I was going to mention, Nuke does have a Zergling scouting the 3rd and the 3rd. Well, 3rd or 4th. At some point, he's going to realize there's no base down and may decide to check the corners of the map. In StarCraft 2, oftentimes, like a lack of information is just as good as scouting for information. So Nuke, while not actively scouting the main, not seeing a 3rd CC down, he's also seeing nothing on location. I think once he identifies that this build out of lillekanin is not some wicked all-in, he'll know to look elsewhere. And then you can punish those bases pretty quickly. The reason the hidden base tends to backfire, you can't reinforce it. So for now, he'll just be dropping mules and getting some money. It's not bad for lillekanin. He's got a really good income game going for him, actually. Cyclone's going to press the attack. Remember, they do have that +1 weapons. They're outnumbered, though, heavily, so I'm not sure how this will play out. It should, I think, favor Nuke when it comes to the numbers game, especially as his Carapace upgrade finishes shortly. This will help minimize or equalize, I guess, the upgrade difference. But the Banshee's going to be a big split between the two of them. The quote-unquote 3rd CC starts up over here, and that'll be floating over shortly. Timing, I think, is pretty important that he reveals this to Nuke, so Nuke doesn't get suspicious and look elsewhere. Even if there's a Zergling here, I don't know, make it look like you're trying to expand, right? In fact, I love that he puts the refinery down like that. Yes, he's actually going to take the refineries, and yes, he's actually going to expand. But that kind of helps give Nuke that clarification that, like, okay, a base is going down here. Banshee's going to get some nice damage done, but that is a hell of a lot of roaches. I guess we didn't really comment on Nuke because we've been watching lillekanin shenanigans, but Nuke's actually massed up quite a large army on his side of the field. Now, it's a little more all-in than normal because of the situation presented here with the 4th CC, but we'll see how this plays out. It's roaches without speed. Speed's still about halfway done. Oh, these roaches just get shredded by the Cyclones. This is what I'm talking about, guys. They're so good against armored units. While the Cyclones are going to die, they'll take out enough roaches before they do that. The Banshee should be able to clean this up. While this goes on to the other side of the field, some Hellions get to that mineral line in the natural base, and ooh, there's no pull away from Nuke. So he's trying to do as much damage as he can with the roaches, but unfortunately is taking a ton of damage back at home. I mean, he was already pretty low in the drone count leading into it. lillekanin decides to roast a few more. He's not done yet. Neither is Nuke, however, but the difference is Banshees will eventually clean these up. The Hellions have already done their damage. This base 2, still a little bit of chaos. Hardly clean. lillekanin takes quite some losses here. But with the 3rd / actually 4th base, he's doing just fine. Let's not forget, that's an extra mule. That's not going to repair that refinery. That sucks. But Hydralisks are next on the docket for our blue Zerg. Unfortunately, having lost so many workers like that, he's not able to get into production right away. So, hurting for the money, not quite there on the income. Whoops, pardon me. I guess spiking up a little bit because lillekanin had to run around, but as soon as he starts dropping those mules again, yeah, he'll be back in the green pretty quick. Literally. Well, here comes that Banshee squad. These actually do have a lot of damage. Let's not forget, it's 12, but times 2, 24 times 3. Like, they can actually take on most units pretty easily, even these Hydralisks in low numbers. But the bigger problem, I think, is detection. I don't believe there are any Overseers in play. No, I take it back. There are 2 with the army. Forget me. I just didn't see them on the production tab. But the Banshees get cleaned up. A little disappointing for lillekanin, but good defense out of Nuke. He really couldn't afford to take too much more damage with the way this game has gone. His upgrades also not continuing with Carapace, but instead going to upgrades for the weapons. Means that lillekanin's once again going to do a lot of damage with those Cyclones. The Raven's also going to help a ton. I mean, oh, guys. Anti-armor missile plus Cyclones is like giving them a quick +3 weapon upgrade. We just saw how good they were with even upgrades, like +1 weapons to +1 armor. Watch them when they've got the upgrade advantage with +2 on top of a -3 armor debuff. The Cyclone's trying to get some shots in there, kind of cute. Still no knowledge about the bottom right base. lillekanin really has gotten away a lot with this. You'll note he didn't take the gases. A lot of this is like he really wasn't expecting to get away with his base for as long as he has. Nuke, I think, should have discerned that there was something fishy. Not cluing into that has cost him some valuable information in this game. lillekanin would not have an army the size that he presently does if he didn't have that base to mine from. So much money has come in from this, and that income has just been phenomenal. Whether it's 4 mules dropping or just the extra mineral lines being mined, either way he's in a pretty fantastic spot. Nuke kind of checking around the sides of the bases too, so maybe he'll eventually run into this. But for now, lillekanin a bit of a run by, not going to get anything done. I'm not sure what he's trying to do with these Hellions. I also want to note that a bit of a mistake is being made. He has scouted Hydralisks, he knows it's Hydras, but he's not actually started Blue Flame. Infernal Pre-Igniter is a big deal when it comes to fighting these units, because Hellions trade out so well with Hydras only when they have that upgrade. And speaking of which, there we go, now starts it up. Tank production though, anti-armor, the odd Thor, some missile turrets. There's not a lot of holes in lillekanin's army right now. His biggest weakness is how expensive it is, and frankly how slow it will be to respond to anything. Although the Cyclones and Hellions are a faster part of it, this army's looking to be more Thors and siege tanks as the game goes on. I like smart servos though. A lot of the times actually smart servos is probably best used for things like Vikings landing, but in this case, it'd be really nice for the Hellions. Drop gets stalled out a little bit. I guess he wants to distract. Not going to find good distraction tactics here. Those will be floating for a little bit of time. I do like the idea of the Spire, but I like the idea of a Broodlord army more than I do of a Mutalisk army. Thors just deal so much damage, and I want to remind you guys that their attack versus air, well, they're in single target now, so you can't display it, but it has several attacks to it, so that's, again, where the Raven becomes really effective with its anti-armor missile. But here comes the roaches, and there they go as well. This little choke in the top side will not work out well. He's trying to build some spine crawlers. I actually really like that move to stop the run bys, but unfortunately this is like the main push from lillekanin, and with cyclones here, they're going to tear down these spore crawlers like nobody's business. That +2 armor that the spine crawlers get, it doesn't come into effect until after they finish completing. So right now they're just naked baby buildings. When they're done, they can take a few hits. Shots and shots and shots. It's a little bit of a poke and nothing too committed. He's looking for some anti-armor missile shots. Oh, tags most of the army. The 15 damage of the Raven, not important. The orange hue on these units really is. These cyclones that have been waiting patiently earlier, by the way, finally get unloaded. They're doing some nice damage over here in the main. Some good distraction. Nuke pulls this whole army back to defend, meaning he leaves this place kind of open. But Spine Crawler is now complete and gets some of that bonus armor. However, the armor is not going to matter too much when these are the units coming out. Units come out as well to try and fight, but you know what? There's going to be an auto turret. There's going to be a Thor. He transforms them back into normal mode. And I guess I forgot about this, but transformation servers do affect Thors. However, oh, that Thor got move commanded in the most awkward way. And suddenly, this fight for lillekanin doesn't look so good. He's got nothing left to shoot the mutas. This went pretty terribly for him. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked, right? Like, this base is gonna die too. He can't lift and save it. I might be able to sacrifice some army, but I don't know if it'll be worth it. Mutas come in for round 2. This time the Thor is ready to fight. There's some Vikings with it too. Okay, he'll save the base. Not bad. Greater Spire on the other side. And I guess, man, feeling confident at this point. You're like 14 minutes in the game. My hidden base still hasn't been figured out. He's feeling just dandy, expanding some more command centers to the bottom side of the map. So we're about to see lillekanin go from like 4 bases to 7 very quickly. In fact, I guess it's actually technically 5 to 8. No, 7, because I can count 1, 2, 3, and yeah, 7. Math is hard on stream, guys. Oh boy, there's been a lot of losses and some decent trading. I just fear that Nuke, he's so far away from that Greater Spire. Like, yes, it's almost done, but he still has to take the time to build the Broodlords. These Thors, of course, have some really nice upgrades into them, so they're going to be shooting that sky for 65 a shot. Not a problem knocking down those Corruptors, much less taking on those Broodlords. Tanks will deal with the ground, Thors will deal with the sky. There's a couple of Vikings, I'm sure, still floating around somewhere. 1 or 2 over there. But, oh, the army will wipe out lillekanin for the backside. Tanks trade out very well. Unfortunately, though, it's not going to be a clean wipe. Reinforcements come in. It's only 2 units, but it's more than enough to kill the last remaining Hydralisk. And, oh boy. It's not many units, but it's a couple of very strong units that still stand. The hatchery itself is getting killed. Again, I guess the Broodlords are on deck. It's so tough, though, because with Blue Flame Hellions covering the Thors, Broodlings get washed off so quickly that the Thors can actually out-damage the Broodlords. Remember, these Broodlords are going to have no upgrades, neither will the Broodlings that come out of them. Everything here will die fairly quickly without doing too much damage in the process. I just feel so bad for Nuke. There's been like SCVs rallied from the bottom right to the top side of the map. He's not seen these command centers for so long in this game. He has no idea about the bottom right still. lillekanin's actually pretty much fully mined out that base, by the way. He got full effect of the hidden base. Is this live SDF? You tell me. There we go. Easy pickings. Broodlords get killed. Not even with Blue Flame really covering him, but he does have a couple Hellbats here to wash things off. I think Nuke's chances are pretty much done. We got this Hellbat / Hellion attack. Team effort here from the Medivacs team down to the bottom left side. And, oh, all the drones that are getting transferred aren't being untransferred, so they all get slaughtered. Oh, yikes. One sole survivor, and he was so busy mining, he probably didn't even realize what was happening. Push into the naturals where the hive is, too. That's, oh, the big tech right there. Yep, I've been saying it for a while. Hate to say it again. Our Team Loco player is probably done for at this point. We're hitting that point of like no recovery. These Thors are trading us so dang well. I mean, Hydras are just getting slaughtered trying to knock these out. Maybe the Roaches finally take him down, but man, he's already done crippling damage. Down to 33 drones here for the late game. 32 workers killed. There's almost more workers killed than workers remaining in play. Not good for Nuke. Meanwhile, lillekanin's economy continues to rise high, whether it's with mules or just SCVs mining. He's got 64 workers and a lot of command centers floating around the map at the moment. Dana Daniel in chat says the Zerg is so dead. Yeah, probably. But he'll fight it out to the last. A lot of these guys will stick around for as long as possible. Not because they're stubborn or stupid. It's just, it's a WCS qualifier. It's a big deal. You don't want to give up. Throwing in the towel for something this important, even if you don't think you're a guy who would actually qualify, I think everybody actually takes this very seriously. So finally we have the tap out. GG's come in and lillekanin walks away with game number 1, the series. The Thors did more damage to that tank than the Broodlings? Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, we'll get game number 2 going here pretty quick. Remember, the winner of this fight's TLO, and I'm very excited if this ends up being lillekanin versus TLO. I think that'll be a lot of fun. But, you know, one of the problems I've had, guys, with having all my stuff congested and more importantly, my ear being fucked up, it's like a little swollen. And for the first time in like 5 years, and I keep using that 5-year mark a lot. I'm really over-exaggerating. But the first time in several years, it really hurts to wear headsets. I don't like this feeling. I wish I was wearing, like, okay, this is gonna sound like a sponsor shill right now. I promise it's not. I really wish I was wearing my comfy GSP 500s though, because this, I don't know, my ears are getting really irritated with my glasses today. And then you gotta wear them and they feel like kind of crooked because I'm having it sit on the outside of the ear instead of on the inside of the ear, and it's just, ugh. Where's laser eye surgery when you need it? Am I right? Okay. Let's see. Who else is casting games today? While we wait for this next one to start. Invite. Okay, so we've got O Gaming covering it in French. You got Take TV in German. You got Indie Starcraft covering it in Polish. I guess there's another Polish streamer on ESL TV Poland. Bel Air is streaming in German. Sinsin in Russian. Marth TV in German. And I don't know Mint Crystal, Yama Pickle, or Ballin, but those are other people covering the event today. And I'm unsure if Wardy plans to stream or not, but he might after he's done competing. He is currently playing and actually attempting to qualify. Which, by the way, I think is very cool. Also, again, I don't think it's going to bait anybody, and I'm not trying to. So hold your bits, guys. But if some generous soul out there decides to cheer 10,000 bits, I have a new notification for it. I'm really hoping one of these days we get to test it. But Acid Plant for now. See you in game. Speaking of which, by the way, again, thank you for the bits. I'll replay that notification in just a second. I actually want to address this question though in chat. Aren't there more famous players playing right now? The answer is absolutely probably. No definitive yeses, because I guess it depends on your opinion on famous, but we covered this match because I like lillekanin. I've enjoyed casting him for years, but more to the point, he moves on to fight against TLO, one of these more famous players I'm sure you're looking forward to seeing today. So, guys, remember the winner of this fights against TLO, and that's why we chose this side of the bracket. That being said, that wasn't too bad of a game. I'll discuss this more in a moment, but big thank yous to Hellenistics13 for the 300 bits. Let's replay that real quick. Hell yeah. And then 47 is just now my dude with the 1,000 bits. He says, take care, bud. Dude, 47 is, I miss you so much, man. I miss you every day. Thank you for being you, and thank you for the bits. I hope the other side of the world is treating you well. But as game number 2, spawning here in the bottom right side of the map, we got the Green Terran player up 1-0. It's lillekanin. His opponent in the top left, the Red Zerg Nuke. And just a little bit of a touch up on what I said before getting to the game. The reason I was talking about the 10,000 bit cheer is, again, sincerely not to bait anyone. And this isn't like reverse psychology, right? Like I'm telling you not to do it in hopes you do it. It's like super hype. And I'm so fucking tired right now. And I need a little bit of hype in my life. I'm drinking fucking water because I hate coffee. But I do have a monster that I went out and purchased yesterday. Oh, I know. Hashtag advertising. Hashtag not sponsored. because I thought I might need a pick-me-up for today. And my thoughts were, I'll cast for an hour at least before I open it, but boy, I'm already ready to dive like head first into that bad thing. Anyways, Overlord getting a quick scout from Nuke. Nice to see. I do want to talk a little bit about the way Nuke played last game. A lot of people are kind of like in chat, it's unbalanced, it's not fair, it's whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I think that Nuke actually played all right considering what he had given to him. Let's not forget, this is a Zerg player who was playing around the assumption lillekanin was on like 3 bases when it was really 4, and 4 bases when it was really 5, and so forth. He definitely misunderstood the balance of the game for that. And maybe in that case end up playing a little more defensive. Look at the spine crawlers he threw into the north, for example, right? I think our Team Loco player, outside of the misinformation though, was playing pretty okay. He had flanks on the tanks. Hey, that rhymes. That's a Dr. Seuss moment. But he had flanks on the tanks. He had a really decent composition. His upgrades were not too bad. He had the right thought process of going to Broodlords. Like, Nuke, I don't think technically made a lot of errors, but he did get outplayed, is the way I would really summarize that game. But that being said, lillekanin's also like Grandmaster multiple seasons for the whole time I've known him player. He's played mech, which is also very infuriating to play, even if you're a player who knows how to play against mech. It's different and frustrating and not as easy to tackle. So there's a lot of excuses and reasons you can make for either of these players. I just look at game 1 as like a bad game for Nuke. It happens. Nobody plays perfect. I like the speed overlord this time though, actually. This is something a laser does, usually with like 1 overlord, not 2, but still the point is he gets full scouting and isn't denied for it. And one of the key things he sees is a second factory. Second factory with specifically a reactor to it if he had clicked it. So he'll know that this is going to be a lot of Hellions and possible Cyclones again. Of course, the Hellions are never fun to deal with. Remember that early game, they did get some nice trades. This time here getting at a pretty quick time. Before there's a lot of Zerglings, not a lot of Queens either. So these Hellions are getting a little bit low, but not danger zone territory just yet. Trades out for some Zerglings without losing much. The hype emotes in chat. Oh boy, not the same as having some energy. I'll tell you what. No Dodger coffee this morning. No Dodger coffee this morning. Zeno, if they sent me a cold brew, I would be set. But they've been pretty busy, and I'm not sure when our next event with them will be. I know they had expressed wanting to do another amateur day sometime. That could be a lot of fun, but at the same time, the guy who's in charge, or helping, I guess, run, I'm not actually sure if he's in charge or not. It's like him and Dodger's partners. They've been pretty busy with the Total Biscuit fundraiser for the memorial and stuff, so I think his hands are pretty full at the moment. Side note, I don't know if you guys saw it. That thing's up to like $300,000 or something. That's cool to see. It's a good way to send off old TB. Overlord gets picked off. A little annoying. It's information stripped away from Nuke, but he still has this one to run back in with. But seeing 2 factories, he already had all the information in the world he needed to see. Like, the key difference is there's no hidden base this time, but it's a similar build and a similar way to build up. And if he identifies that and realizes, hey, that's going to be tough, well, then he's going to do stuff like go for a faster layer, ideally, and get something like a Hydra Den. Or, hell, all in himself. I'm jaded on this, guys. Team Loco hype, but I don't know that the Nightestorm is the best way to go about this. If this was a build that was all Hellions, then yeah, the Nightestorm would kick some ass. But it's Cyclones, and everything he puts inside that Nightestorm is going to be easily dealt with by Cyclones. His roaches are not that effective, we saw last game. Pair this up with the fact that he might be looking to get offensive when he needs to be defensive, because lillekanin is just sitting here in the middle of the map, ready to push in when he gets a few more units on that front line. And with everything being unloaded, or loaded rather, into the Nightestorm, that's less units here for the defense. So the Queens all load in, meaning they're not here to help transfuse, they're not here to help stop the attack. He's got to consider unloading them, because the defense right now is more important than him going for a Nightestorm on the other side of the field. lillekanin, of course, has no idea about the Nightestorm yet. He'll tear through the roaches, but I don't know if he'll tear through the Queens. There's not that many transfuses, though. Yeah, this will be pretty good for him. Nice trade outs here. Pulls back that low Cyclone. Ooh, I like this micro, baby. But of course, in this attack, he stops the attack that could go on the other side of the field. And Nuke, he's trying his best here, but the micro to lillekanin, while not exactly extreme and subtle, is getting the job done. He just traded up for the entire army of Nuke. So Nuke has nothing left to put in that Nightestorm. The tech path here ends up being wasted, and there's no easy way for him to provide counter damage to make himself feel better about the losses he just took. Nightestorm can head into the main, but again, I really want to emphasize, guys, that Cyclones will deal with this pretty easily. There's a Banshee too. This goes down in clear sight, so lillekanin knows this is coming. But he's not pulling back. Does he not realize? Hold the phone. Cyclones at least. The Hellions can still go for the attack on the other side of the field, but realizing now, hey, wait, this is an all-in Nidus. Heads back towards the main. A little bit weak and a little bit scary. If he knocks down that Overseer, the Banshee will be the ultimate savior at the end of the day. But he's got to deal with the ground forces too. Banshee does not have cloak actually, so I take that back. It's just about damage. Repairs go down on the Cyclones. Banshee's getting a little bit low. Sun's getting real low, big guy. But it's not going to matter because Nuke doesn't have the forces to deal with this. He lost them all on his side of the field. So this was a great effort. 10 out of 10 on the idea here for our Team Loco player, but unfortunately, it's not working for him. The Cyclones are too easy to clean up, and that's going to be GG. Lillekanin will take the series 2-0 and advance on in the brackets, where he's going to go fight none other than TLO. I, however, am going to go to a commercial break really quick, catch my breath, grab some more water as I drank this entire cup in the first game, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Thank you for watching.